My dog is your mind's best friend.
Yeah, it is.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
And then I would go bubble.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Good morning, Humps. It is Hump Day, Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. And I got none. You got something? I got none. So yeah, let's just do this.
This is what $500,000 in a duffel bag looks like, but if you look closer, it's actually not real. That's because it's actually prop money. It's what is used in movies, TV, music videos, and ads when the strip calls for tons of cash or for the bills to be destroyed. It looks realistic from a distance, but up close you can see it says for motion picture purposes. I got these from propmoney.com. They're the official industry standard. I also got some stacks from different decades, from the 90s, 2000s, and even money bands. You can get full print stacks and even blank filler stacks in any series. They also offer age stacks for a more realistic used look and bills that are fresh off the press like they came straight from the mint. If you want colored bills or custom design bills for any occasion or event, they have you covered. If you need to do a close-up, just put a real bill on top. Visit propmoney.com today to get your money seen or money shot right with Prop Money Inc.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now is a man who looks real from a distance, but if you look up close, it says only for motion picture purposes. There you go. GD finished. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com/merch, the place to go to get all of your Matt birthday gear so that you can give Matt something for his birthday, something nice, something expensive, something that he doesn't have, like maybe coffee. He probably doesn't have any coffee in his closet, or maybe some mugs. He probably doesn't have any mugs. You know what he doesn't have? Patience. Give the man some patience. No. And give him some fucks to give. I think he's out of those too.
Yeah, I'm totally out of those. The fuck store was closed last night. And well, why are we even doing it? It's Hump Day. Shouldn't we be just like taking it? We're old. You're old. I'm old. But you're a little old. But we should just be what do you call it? Just like laying up in a nursing home waiting for Jello or something. No,
not me.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Episode 1202, or is this 1201? 1201, right? Yeah, yesterday was 1200, and I didn't even say anything about it. How about that? We made it to 1200, and nobody even noticed.
I noticed.
You noticed?
I just couldn't count.
Oh. Still no sunshine.
No.
You know what? That's going to bother me for the rest of my life, which might not be that long, but did she get hurt? Did she get sick? Did she just go on vacation? Did she get hit by a bus? Did I say something to piss her off? Did you say something to piss her off? These are the questions that we must ask. You have no answer.
I'm hoping that she's well and that you just pissed her off.
All right, yeah, that would be good. Just be pissed at me, like everybody else is. Everybody's pissed at me for living my life. How about that? Just living my life, doing what I do. People are pissed at me for it. Okay.
I saw a commercial for something that really annoyed me, not because the technology existed, but because years ago I'd written a short film for Rockville. We never finished it. The group broke up before we got to finish my 10 short films I was written for them. At least had. And one of them was about a famous musician, world famous musician, and he comes to a music class at a college to teach the class for a day. And because he's a world famous artist, everybody assumes that he can read music and stuff like that, but he doesn't know how to read music. And so the way he does it, this is inspired by Bill Cosby. I'm going to tell you, this is inspired by Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby cannot read music. So when he did his song album, he would look at the bass player and go like, "This is what I need." And then he'd go to the drummer and say, "This is what I need." That kind of stuff. And so this is the basis of the sketch. And the class does not know the guy can't read music. So he comes in to teach the class, and they start asking him all these music theory questions. He has no idea what they're talking about. And then he says, "Look, we're going to write a song." He starts to say, "We're going to write a song. We're going to write my next hit song in this class." That's the publicity thing. And so then he starts asking him all these musical questions. He has no idea. And so then he starts telling him how to play the instruments. He goes, "No, you don't need your instruments. This is what I need." And he starts going around the class and pointing and saying, like, "Okay, from the cello, I need this. Da, 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 da." And so at the end of the movie, end of the short film, everybody's doing the song, but they're doing it with their voices. They're not using their instruments. They're just humming all of their parts. And that's the whole premise of the thing. Suno, and you may already know this because you use Suno, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't know about any commercials they run.
Okay, well, Suno has this thing where you hum the parts and you pick the instrument and it replays that part that you just hummed as an instrument.
There's lots of those apps out now, but I know.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know because otherwise I'd have been a little bit upset before I saw the commercial this morning. And now it deprives me of that short film that I never did or didn't get to do because I didn't have the actors because of Suno.
Not Suno. Suno's not the first to do it.
I didn't know that because it's the only one I've ever seen commercial. I had no idea.
Yeah, they're just jumping on the bandwagon. There was a commercial that is on Facebook, an ad that runs on Facebook for like 2 years now. This girl, she starts out going, and then says to the app, "Make that drums," and then all that kind of stuff, and it plays.
Okay, I had no idea. But one of the things and I'm noticing this more and more frequently, the songs that seem to be mastered by AI, from what I've seen, have very, very similar sound qualities. And I don't know if it's like just like pure, like almost like total, the absence of what feels like ambient noise, or is just too pure, and there's just, from what I've seen out there, I'm talking about the ones I've seen that are like the one they made for that commercial, where it's like it's almost all AI except for the lady's voice, which is natural, but then it's processed so much that it sounds weird to me, and I'm seeing that a lot. I think I just like the garage band sound where it's a little bit imperfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what commercial it was a Suno commercial you saw on television?
No, on YouTube this morning.
Oh yeah. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, because I would be surprised to see any of this stuff, and not that I watch television for a long time, so I wouldn't know. But seeing it advertised, but the commercial made you think the movie idea that you had 50 years ago, 75 years ago, 80 years ago is no longer viable.
10 years ago. Yeah.
80. 80, 10, what's the difference? Well, we'll go split the difference.
Depends on what your lifespan is. If you're, let's say, a squirrel, and you say 10 or 80, what's the difference? Squirrel is like, well, with 10 years, I may still be around. I'll just be a senior. In 80, I will not be around because the average lifespan of a squirrel, at least in the wild, is about 7 years.
So we'll split the difference. Instead of 80 and 10, we'll say 70. That's splitting the difference, right?
Again, depends on your lifespan.
No, the difference. It depends on the difference that we're splitting.
And so.
All right. Yeah. Wow. Look at that. I'm getting yelled at. Is that new? Me getting yelled at? Artwork shop.
Well, Matt I kind of like that the artwork you created for today's bucket. It looks like we're making coffee beans out of camel poop. At least that's the way it looked to me, because you don't see my left arm. It looks like my left arm is up the camel's
Aren't
ass.
you behind the camel
Yeah, and it looks like my
or
left arm is
behind
up
the
his butt.
words? Behind the word hump day. Hump day.
Yeah,
You
so
know
my
today
left
is hump day. Do you know that?
yeah, so it looks like my left hand is up the camel's butt. And the only
Oh.
explanation when you see all the coffee beans on the ground is that I'm extracting coffee beans from the camel's butt.
Mr. Heavy Kev 42, you know him? You ever heard of him? He says, nope, mix totally based on genre and content. If you use GarageBand prompt, it will sound like a garage band.
Yeah, but it won't.
Who's
It'll
garage
sound.
band? It can't be. You got to pick whose garage band. My cousin Tommy's garage band sounds different than Louis. Louis's garage band sounds completely different.
No, I'm saying that I prefer the no. In other words, even if you create grit and you're creating grit from something pure and not from grit, it's not going to sound as gritty. It's going to sound like pure grit and not like
Pure grit.
yeah,
Wasn't that a John Wayne movie?
yeah, pure grit. Well, that was the sequel to
Something.
True Grit.
Oh yeah, some kind
Yeah,
of.
because it was True Grit, and then they cleaned it up, so it became Pure Grit, and then after that, it became over processed grit,
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
pasteurized
welcome
grit.
to the show. Grits in the morning. Grits for breakfast. That's the name of this show. We're talking grits. We're just what kind of grits you?
When I was in a dentist, when they were drilling and trying to cleaning out the abscess that I had, they were like in there picking out and stuff, and they said, "There's going to be some grit in your mouth, but we'll try to take care of it." I said, "Or you can add cheese and shrimp." Because I like grits, shrimp, and cheese, and
See,
just leave the grit.
you say that, and now I feel neglected or deprived or just inexperienced. I've never had a grit. I have never even seen a
I
grit.
had well, it's not, I grew. My mother was kind of a Southern girl. Not actually, my mother grew up in Baltimore. My father was a Southern girl, and so my father used to, he did a lot of the cooking, and as a result, well, my mother loves grits. Basically, my mother loves grits, and she also liked hominy. And her and my dad would probably sing hominy in the kitchen once in a while, but she preferred grits. And I never liked grits. And my mother goes, "How did you not like grits? You like corn? They're the same thing." And I'm like,
I
"It
did
doesn't
not know
taste the
that.
same."
I just learned something about grits.
It didn't taste the same. Grits and corn do not taste the same to me. Hominy, which is white corn,
So the Elton
still
John
doesn't taste
song.
like corn to me. So
Harmony, T, I love you and I want to love you
so
forever.
and I never liked grits. But
I don't even know.
my wife and I were in Georgia, and we're looking for a soul to steal. And so in this restaurant, um, and on the menu, I said I want to try something southern. Whenever I go out, I want to go to a small restaurant or a non-chain and try some of the food there. And when I got there, I ate pecan crusted fried chicken, maple pecan crusted fried chicken. Oh my god, so fucking good! And I also tried grits with the shrimp and cheese, and that
It's
was
what?
so good. Grits,
Oh,
shrimp, and
it's with.
cheese,
Oh, yeah.
and it was so good. And that was it. That was the last time I had grits, because I'm not sure that they would make grits the same anywhere else in the world. But I really and
Um,
yeah,
you said. Go
yeah,
ahead. You said pecan. How
yeah,
did you say it?
pecan, yeah,
Pecan.
yeah,
Pecan.
maple pecan and maple pecan crusted fried chicken. Oh
See,
my
when I
god,
was in Georgia, they called it pecan.
that's because they say it wrong,
Huh.
and maybe that's what happened. Maybe I said it that way when I don't know.
Huh.
Because sometimes I'm in places and I'll say things one way, and in that area, they will correct me. And so while I'm thinking about that area, while I'm in that area, I'll say it that way. Like I don't say I say Missouri,
You say
Missouri,
Missouri. I
Missouri,
say
Missouri.
Missouri.
And then when I get around people from Missouri, just so
Yeah.
I don't, so just so they'll stop correcting me, I'll just say Missouri.
So
And then
the
when I get
I
back,
has the A sound. That's
yeah.
yeah.
And then when I get back to my peoples, I'm back to Missouri.
I'm glad Slaptail's not here because he would tell me what riveting radio and conversation this is. But I'm enthralled because
He's probably slid his own customers. Oh, I can't say. I was watching something about it was a news article, and it was about a suspect who had killed himself after committing a crime.
YouTube, we meant a guy who just left the room.
And they said self-death. They changed it to self-death. Now, does that make the person any less dead? If you say suicide or self-death, what's the difference? Self-death means suicide, right? So why can't you say suicide?
Because the algorithm doesn't like that word.
I'm just talking about, but why? The algorithm doesn't know any better. People with that algorithm was trained to be that sensitive.
There's no doubt about it. There was a human being in charge of an organization who said, we need the algorithm to cut down on that word. I don't like that word. And the word could have been shoe polish.
Right. It's stupid. What are they going to do? Get rid of all the shoe polish and start calling it pedal coverings, pedo covering polish?
Yes, that's what we're going to call it.
Yeah, that's stupid.
I know it's stupid, but it is.
And then the whole story kept, instead of saying suicide, then when it came to the part where the word suicide would be there, open parentheses, self-death, close parentheses. They're not even, so they're saying there should be something here, and you know what, it should be here, but we're not going to put that here. It's stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
Just for the YouTube algorithm, because I know I just would like to address the YouTube algorithm for a moment. I don't know this guy. I don't know how he got in here. I don't know where he came from with his potty mouth saying that word over and over again.
And good morning, Anna, California. And I apologize. My mouth still hurts. It hurts for me to talk normally because when my teeth touch, the one they did the surgery on, it still hurts. And I didn't know that because I don't talk that much. I haven't talked a lot since the surgery. Because it feels weird. My mouth, my upper lip is still a little bit swollen, and it's still a little bit. It's not numb, but it feels like it feels like your arm does between sleep and wake. You know, when your arm it was numb when it was sleep, and you're just getting it back.
You might be having a heart attack.
But no, because it'll be a lip attack because it's just in my lip.
No,
and my gum.
The arm thing. Because that arm thing.
That was an example, not a condition.
Yeah, but that's a symptom of a heart attack.
What, your arm being sleep?
Yeah. Well, if you get
No, it may be a symptom of a heart attack, but it's also a symptom of your arm being sleep because you cut off the circulation.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. But so it could be a heart attack, or it could be just your arm fell asleep.
But I think there will be something else to go along with it other than your arm just being. There will be something else. If it's like and
well,
then
if
it's probably
no
a heart
reason
attack.
for it to be and it just is, then that could be a heart attack. What is he saying? Minority fermented. What is? Do you speak New Zealand? Because I don't know what he's using. He starts off with words I can't pronounce.
Maori fermented whole corn cobs were placed in a sack or woven basket and submerged in clean running stream water or a drum for 6 weeks to 3 months until soft, then boiled into a pungent, moist wheat food, the most pungent wheat food ever. Hey, California, good morning.
I feel like I just don't know the English language
at
all.
Yesterday, I tuned into Tony Walker's show.
Tony Walker.
I couldn't stay for the whole thing.
I've heard of him. I know.
Because I was looking for. Well, he acknowledged the fact that we were back on the air, and we weren't the only show that was not on the air there. Because there's another show that streamed, created someplace else and streamed into it, and they were also off. So Mike fixed that. When Mike fixed them, when Mike fixed us, he fixed them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
they owe me now. They should send me a thank you card.
Yeah.
Well, Mike could they should send Mike a tip. Money.
But that other show is only on like every other week.
Oh.
Like one day every other week. So it wasn't like nobody missed them like us.
I don't know if you know this, but we do this every day, every fucking
I
day.
know. I figured that out. Oh well, except for Saturday is the only day that I'm not on this show, on this
Yeah,
network.
me too. Oh no, I'm not on Sunday either.
No, you're in the
So,
background.
so there's 2 days I'm not on. Yeah, I still have to get up on Sunday morning, and I got to tell you, I don't want to. I don't ever like getting up. Even today, I didn't like getting up. I don't like getting up.
Look at it as a bonus. There are a lot of people out there who want to wake up every day, who can't wake up every day.
Name one.
The-
Abe
Um,
Lincoln. You gonna tell me Abe Lincoln?
no, I
You
was
didn't.
not even thinking of Abe Lincoln.
John F. Kennedy. You were thinking of John F. Kennedy. He
No, I
didn't
was
get
thinking of
up.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Just imagine the condition that he's in, where he thinks he's awake and he's not.
Nobody's. Oh, now you fucking stuck a finger up my prostate hole. I'm sorry.
Whoa!
I'm sorry. This RFK Jr. He just
Do you kiss your
lies.
parents with that mouth?
I do. No, I never. To be honest with you, I don't. I don't remember ever kissing my parents ever, either, ever. I don't remember it. That doesn't mean it didn't happen, but it's. I can't even imagine it. But this RFK Jr. guy, he just lies with impunity, and nobody. Where are the real scientists who just coming out and doctors who coming out and just saying he's so full of shit? I just want.
Well, this is the weird thing because when you see, um, I saw an interview with Dana Bash and Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and she was calling him out on the bullshit. And she was doing her best she could in real time. But he was pulling out these studies. She says, "Have you seen the studies? I've seen the studies." And she says, "Those are fake studies." He goes, "Those studies can't be fake. I've seen them. I've seen the studies." And so in a real doctor, because believe me, I'm not bashing Dana Bash, but a real doctor like Sanjay Gupta would know about that stuff in real time. You
Yeah,
know,
Neil
so
Stone on Twitter is there for every, and he's a doctor who was on, ground zero during COVID and was taking care of people in hospitals, emergency rooms, and they were overwhelmed. The ICUs were overwhelmed, and he calling them out, but on Twitter. But there's nobody to be seen in the media with
right.
that kind of experience and knowledge. And
They avoid the Trump administration avoids direct contact with people with facts. They only will talk to they won't debate things with people who have real knowledge. Just
yeah,
people that they can say, "Well, you don't know. You weren't in the room. You're just a reporter. You only know what we tell you." That kind of
right.
that.
Why
And
do they
people
want COVID to be from a lab? What it's
And the weirdest thing is, it doesn't. In some regards, it doesn't matter where it came from. But
totally
if
doesn't
you can
matter.
say, if you can say it came from a lab, and then put that lab in a certain country, you can minimal, you can marginalize an entire people for that reason. Like he was going because it's a Chinese lab. He was calling the chink flu and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But if it's a bat, you can't just you're going to say, well, it's the Batman flu. No, it doesn't have the same kind of marginalization, the impact of marginalizing a person.
no
You know,
marginalized bats, and who know now
and bats don't
I
care.
I will tell you, I haven't let a bat in my house since COVID. They knock on the door. I'm like, no, go away. You're gonna bring
Now, yeah,
disease.
Heavy Kev is now he says New Zealand went extreme during COVID and avoided the worst. Now, I don't know if I would call it extreme because if you're trying to save lives, I guess extreme is a matter of perspective. You do what you can, and to some people who I can understand when some people say extreme, but you're just trying to save people's lives. I
Yeah,
watched
and
a
they,
documentary about I can't remember their president's name, the woman I can't remember her name. But I liked her. I really liked her. She was now I can't say she was perfect. I don't know. I did not live in New Zealand under her regime, so to speak, and I don't know what history will say about her. But from what I've seen of her, I was very impressed. You know, she made the hard choices, but she
well,
saved her people. But in a way, it was easier for them because New Zealand is like an island. It's just like an island. It's surrounded by water.
Long Island is like an island. It's just like an island. It's surrounded by water. So there, I just now what are you gonna do? Are you gonna ante up? You gonna raise me? You see my
No,
island and raise
no,
me a peninsula, a
no. I'm just saying
peninsula.
that, because it's a country,
Oh, it's a
it
country.
was easy to
It's an
say
island
like,
and a country. Wow, that's something. It's almost like Australia, which is an island.
well, yeah. It's like it's opposed to like the U.S. and Canada. You can't. We don't have a natural border between the U.S. and Canada and Mexico. Well, Mexico we do is the Rio Grande,
And
but
then,
we don't have a natural border. Like New Zealand has like this really great natural border. Okay, Australia has this great natural border, and as a result, if they want to say you are not coming here, you are not bringing your disease, your nasty ass diseases here, you know, the people aren't getting in.
hmm.
It's harder for us to do that here. We had to, put people in. It took a lot longer to try to get rid of it here.
Yeah, I'm on it now because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know what to believe. But I'm under the impression that China, the one that we blame for the lab and all that, they had the worst, most severe stuff. They locking people in apartments, right? You can't come out of your apartment. You have to stay in it. And you can't open the door. If you open the door, you're going to jail. Like, okay, then the jail's gonna get us.
Yeah, they were extreme, but they also have between China and y'all can fact check me on this because I'm just making these numbers up.
All
But
right.
I believe between China and India, that's almost half the world's population.
Probably
You know,
close. Yeah, you're probably right.
you know,
Yeah.
and so almost half the people on the planet lives in those two countries. You fucking right. If you're trying to lock down an epidemic, you got to be serious. You got to say no. You're staying in the house. We'll bring food to you. We'll do this. We'll do that. Don't leave the house unless
Right.
it's absolutely necessary. And if you do, you better mask up. You better look like John Travolta in The Boy from the Plastic Bubble.
I don't remember that movie.
You
Boyfriend.
don't remember John Travolta in The Boy from the Plastic Bubble? Boy in the
Uh,
Plastic Bubble. Sorry, that's
you
a different
know,
movie than Boy from the Plastic Bubble.
you know, I'm culturally unhip, but I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I've
Oh,
heard of it,
okay.
but I
Have you
didn't know John
seen?
Travolta was in it. Actually,
Have you ever seen the movie Brian Song? The first one with James Caan
oh
and Billy D.
yeah, I
Williams.
love Brian Piccolo.
Yeah. You did you cry at the end of that movie?
Yes, I did. I'm still crying.
I was about to say, would
You
you
know what?
cry
It's the
today?
song. The Michelle Legrand wrote the theme for that, and it makes me cry just thinking about it. If the hands of time were hands that I could hold, I'd hold them. I'm never mind. What was your point in the question?
Oh no, I was just gonna ask you. Do you remember what your parents smelled like?
No.
I know what my mother should have smelled like. My father, I can't remember. My father, um, I he wore. I think his cologne was Old Spice or Old English. I think it may have been Old English.
I will tell you
No,
the
that's
most.
a shoe polish, isn't it? That's a furniture polish. So it's probably Old Spice.
This is gonna. I'm sorry. You might want to tune out or put fingers in your ears or like jam a fork in your ear or something. Um, what the scent I remember about my father. It's so
jet
sentimental.
fuel. Jet fuel.
No, no. He would take a shit and smoke a cigarette at the same time, and you walk into the bathroom after, and you get tobacco shit smell. So there you go. Uh,
Nick, I think they call it Nicker shit.
nigga shit.
Which sounds
It's a
awfully
brutal
close.
mix.
That sounds so racist if you say it too quickly.
Yeah, I know. Well, I
Yeah,
won't
my
do
daddy
that.
smelled like Nicker shit.
But
Oh, really?
you know what? Even if you don't smoke, I think maybe just try it once,
Hold on a
just
second.
because it's a brutal
Okay.
mix of
Okay.
tobacco and it's burnt tobacco and fecal matter. Just a powerful. And now that TD put that in my head, I'm going to be walking around with
I,
it
I
all
will
day
I will
today.
be back momentarily. I have to let the workmen in and get them started.
Yeah. Only native mammal in NZ is the microbat. Microbat. That's a small bat, a tiny little bit like a hummingbird-sized bat. I didn't know anything about it. All right. Well, if GD's stepping out, I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna play a song. How about that? You don't believe me. You don't believe I'm gonna play a song. Well, hate on this is that's not the name of the song. Of course, every song has a story behind it with me. I can't really elaborate on what that story is, but this is called Second Fiddle. You can kind of guess what the story is, probably a little bit, sort of. Anyway.
I always knew you'd be leaving me someday. Just never thought it would be so soon. I was confused by the songs that we played. Now I'm all out of tune. You sing to me like an old violin, so soft, sweet, and high. But your second fiddle plays heartache and blues. That's a lonely way to die. Lord knows that I treated you badly sometimes. There's no denying that it's true. But you made me cry, don't you hear me crying over you? And baby, can't you see that I'm hurting too? You were the drum that beat in my heart to a sad old lullaby. But your second fiddle plays heartache and blues. Such a lonely way to die. And you sing to me like an old violin, so soft, sweet and high. But your second fiddle plays heartache and blues. Such a lonely way to die. Your second fiddle plays heartache and blues. Such a lonely way to die.
forgot to. Wait, what happened there? Wait, I'm sorry. I had to stay. I don't know what happened there. I'm trying to get out of it. Anyway, that's called Second Fiddle. That was from 1987, and it's kind of a. I don't need to tell a story there, but yeah, Kev was talking about the strum. Not it never. I have not seen any AI large language model that will get a guitar strum right at all. And that particular video, I think, uses like 9 different large language models, and there's a lot of inconsistency there. You see a different mic, like different microphones, different. Sometimes it's in front of a microphone, sometimes not in front of a microphone. There's a couple of shots in there where there's lip syncing, but the people in the back are like just a photo, and that's very weird. They're not moving at all. They're not moving at all. But you know what? It's a representation of a song I did 39 years ago, and I'm okay with it. This is the thing that came. I'm not. Jason Stewart, who was a friend of GD, was on the program a couple of weeks ago on the evening program. And I forget what I asked him to make him say this, but he said, I don't wait for people's permission to create. And I'm not waiting for anybody to give me permission to do these videos. Or if you don't like it, you don't like it. But it's just weird how much and how passionate people are trying to listen. It sounds crazy. I know for me to say this. There are people who are trying to get me to stop living my life, stop doing what I like to do. And like, Jesus, that's awfully intrusive. I don't tell you what to do, and I don't have to wait for your permission. And I'm not saying that you people in the chat room here are very kind. All the chat rooms here. Yeah, no, the lip sync isn't even that great, Kev. But yeah, the guitar stuff, absolutely. No, it doesn't make any sense at all. Um, and there's lots of inconsistencies in there. Like he's playing to a full room, then he's playing to an empty room. I mean, the continuity is all over the fucking map, and so it's not real at all. But it's a way, because I had that song again. That was one of the ones that I recorded. But who had video equipment in those days? And it was just sitting around. And it was a song that people requested. We used to play it in bars all the time, and it was a favorite of the crowd who used to come to see the Carlos Allende Trio. Was the band I was with when that song was written and popular and whatever. But never had any kind of video. And listen, now I don't even own a video camera anymore, other than my phone, or my phone and my tablet. I sold all my video equipment years ago. And there's a thing that did you see the last pic I sent you? Two musks. No, what last pic you sent me? Hold on, where is this? Harry Kev sent the photo. 2 musks. Oh, 3 musketeers. Wow, I didn't see this one. No, I will. I'm going to share that now. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Boy, I suck at this. Plus, the minute I closed, or the minute I got away from StreamYard, the whole world got away from me. I went over to Facebook to get this picture. Now, how do I get back to? Help me get back to StreamYard, please. Let me see if I could do this. Because I suck at this. I suck at this. GD's back. Where is this? Here it is. See, GD bothers to rename these photos. I don't. I got it's too much work. Too much work. 3 Musketeers here. The 3 Musketeers of Mind Dog TV. It looks like GD's the main musketeer. What are you, Rhonda Hanson? Is that who you are? Oh, no, see, I didn't mean to do that. See, this is the problem. Add to stage, and then I got to undo this. And then I can remove from stage. It's just, I can't, I suck at this. Now, that car guy would have a field day making fun of me if he was going to see this.
I should have grabbed some pain. I should have grabbed some ibuprofen. My tooth is really starting to bug the fuck
Oh,
out of me.
why don't you go to bed? Go back to bed. Go, ooh,
That's
take,
not my. That's not my thing.
you got whiskey? Whiskey is the thing for the bad tooth.
All right. So
You have a note from your dentist. You could take the day off. I have a note from my
I,
dentist.
when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, I was part of a study,
No wonder
and
you're
they
not
gave me the
blind.
placebo instead of the real painkiller. And when the pain, when the Novocaine, whatever it is they gave me, wore off, pain was like excruciating because I had like impact. I had the wisdom teeth removed, but I did not take the Percocet that they gave me. I didn't get the prescription filled. I just toughed it out. I
You raw
played
dogged it.
football.
You
I
raw
played
dogged.
football. I did everything I would ordinarily do. Um,
And the point of that story is Slaptail doesn't know shit about anything, right?
no,
Oh,
no,
I
I
thought that was the point.
no, I love my slap tail.
Oh, but he doesn't know shit about anything. You know that, right?
I'm
You
trying to
don't.
find the other pictures. I did save them. I thought I
There's
saved
more
them.
pictures. Why don't I see them
Well,
more?
did you see both of them?
No,
Yeah, there were two of them.
I thought just the Three Musketeers. That's what he said.
No, there was another one.
There was another one.
Yeah, it was us playing musical instruments.
Oh, I think I saw that yesterday. Didn't we see that yesterday? The three
I
guitars.
didn't show it
I
yesterday.
got a double neck on for some reason.
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
I mentioned John McLaughlin's double neck. I think that's where that came from.
hmm.
Oh, farmers market. How about that? We're getting a farmers market. Yeah, I remember that from
Okay.
when,
Well, I'm
when
not
I
gonna
was a
worry about
kid.
finding the other picture. I'll be right back.
It's hard to do with a bad tooth. I know.
Yeah, I'm getting some ibuprofen. I'll be right back.
No, ibuprofen. I don't ibuprofen. Why don't ibuprofen? Uh, you've been considering. No, I have not. Now is the perfect time to get. I have not. There's a new social media network called Uptrust, which I think is bad branding because Uptrust is something that SEO people use and marketing people use to get good reviews for a website or something. Now there's a new social media network called Uptrust, and basically it's they promise that there's no algorithm behind it. Your stuff is shared based on people saying they trust you. It kind of it's a good thing. It trust you as a source of information or whatever. I think it's a good thing, but the branding of it, Uptrust, not so good. And nobody consulted me. Obviously, if they would have consulted me, they'd be idiots. Because what do I know? Uptrust. But I'm gonna join it because I can't resist. You know I can't. It's just so weird. I hate social media, but every social media app that comes out, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on Blue Sky. I'm on, what's the other one?
Pizza.
No, there's one with the M. It's not Marathon, but I'm on there, but I don't remember my login. Um, it's another one of those Twitter clones that came out when Musk bought Twitter. People started cloning Twitter and putting out their own version of it. Uh, I'm on all of them though, and I shouldn't be on all of them. There's no reason to be on. They all, but this Uptrust one sounds good in principle. Just I don't like the branding of it. Uptrust. What were you saying before you were so rudely into ibuprofen, profit, you?
Oh, have you ever swallowed too much air and water at the same time so that when it goes down you feel like this huge golf ball is stretching your esophagus and everything and it just hurts? You ever had that happen?
If I admit to it, I take the fifth.
I just did that. I swallowed a bunch of air along with the water, along with the pills, and it feels like it's like a golf ball this big going down my throat. It's just hurt until it gets down there.
Doesn't anybody but me, isn't anybody curious about how you know how a golf ball would feel going down your throat? Were you on the 18th green going, and then the ball?
No, no, no. If you're on the 18th green, you might as well wait till you're at the 19th hole.
Oh yeah, but I mean, looking up at somebody's shot coming down, and
No,
then
that was actually I was at the practice. It was at the practice range.
oh,
Things like that don't happen at the regular course because the regular course they yell four, and you know when somebody yells four, you count 5, 6, 7, 8, and then close your mouth.
oh, I did not know that. See,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, because that's how long it takes for the ball to reach you. So they yell four, and by the time you hear them yell four, because of the speed of sound, which is slightly faster than the speed of a golf ball, you say four, and then you count 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you do this.
No,
See,
if you say
obviously
five, six,
you're
seven,
obviously
eight,
not a golfer. You're not
I'm
a golfer.
sorry, I have to disagree with you. If you say 5, 6, 7, 8, I didn't say it. I didn't get to 8. If you say 5, 6, if you say that phrase of four numbers there, starting at 5, you must do a little step and go Shamil Shemazel. I don't know if you knew that. That's a law here. It's old Milwaukee law. I don't know if
Oh,
you
wow,
know
I
that.
did not know that Stephen had bottom surgery.
Oh, you didn't see he was in the hospital. What's going on with Steven? He got some kind of nerves in his back compressed or something, and he's
I
in
had
the
to give him a
hospital.
call. I did not know. I have too many people that I care about to try to keep in touch with
Wait,
everybody.
wait, you care about Steven?
Yeah, I do. I care about Stephen. I mean,
Jesus,
not as much as I care about. Let's put it this way: of all the people that I know in Indiana, I care about Stephen the most.
boy, wow. Just an update for you all. I didn't read this. Steven's bottom surgery was success. Was it a bottom? Was it? It wasn't on
Yeah,
his
because
ass.
he had to. Yeah, that's all that he had to get rid of the naughty parts.
You will. They will now be referred to as Stevana. Oh, you didn't need the
Yeah,
birthday.
because he also wants to be a Romanian woman.
I see. Yeah, this is a good. I'm glad I woke up today. I'm glad I wake up any day. But
Yeah.
oh
Then
look,
we'll talk about knicker shit when we left. I think your dad smelling like knicker shit.
yeah. Oh look, I got me.
Yeah, I remember my father smelling like slightly like cigars and Old Spice. I think.
Cigars. Now that was an interesting thing. The cigars. I say that was an interesting thing. There was a period in my life when I was, I don't know, hanging out with cigar guys, finishing out, and we all.
Well,
Phil used to work in a cigar place. He would bring me these expensive cigars, and I can't tell the difference between an El Producto and
and a non-producto.
yeah, the store bought dime cigars and the $100 cigars. It's lost on me. The quality difference. They all taste like shit.
Well, my father, most of his cigars, he had these things. I think they're called White Owls
White Owls. I
and
remember.
Tiparillos.
Yep.
Right? They're like little tiny cigars with filters.
Yep.
And so my father used to smoke those. And so that's the smell that I associate with my father. That, and I'm almost certain I'm saying Old Spice, but I really want there to be some kind of cologne with the word English in it.
You should.
Because
Oh, there was Old English.
it really
Old
is not a
O
shoe
L D
polish, a floor
E.
polish.
OLDE English. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me look that up. Because
And I thought your father smoked Virginia Slims. That's what I thought. This is nice. What am I saying there? I can't see what I'm saying there.
Old
Time for
English
bed, my friend.
cologne.
Rest up
See,
that tooth
I
and feel
type
better
up
in the
Old
morning.
English and it's coming up malt liquor.
Oh yeah, that too. Right. Well, maybe maybe some people were just pouring more
English
liquor on.
leather. That's it. English leather.
English leather. All my men wear English leather, or they wear nothing at all.
Yes, that's what my father,
Who
English
was that?
leather.
Catherine Deneuve? In that oh, she was so hot. Do you remember Catherine Deneuve? Oh,
I
Catherine
remember her, yeah, but I don't know who. I don't know. It's an English leather commercial.
She was French or something. But she said all my men wear English
English
leather, or they
leather. They
wear
were nothing at all. English
Catherine Deneuve.
leather
You know what?
commercial.
I just typed Catherine, and Catherine Deneuve came up. Like, eight, she's 82 years old. She's still alive. Wow, wow.
Is it Catherine Deneuve?
Deneuve.
I don't
Deneuve.
know. Let's see.
Uh,
I'm
yeah,
just playing the commercial.
born in 1943. She was a hottie. Can we just find a video of her when she was a hottie? Because now she's, 83. What do you expect? Catherine Deneuve is even weirder than you thought. What, I don't remember her being. I can't play any of this stuff. I will get a copyright.
No, yeah, I'm trying to say who was in old woman in old English leather commercial.
Yeah, she was in something with something about my.
Her name was Carol Mallory,
Oh, really? How did I get them mixed up? Huh? How about that?
and she was in Looking for Mr. Goodbar, and she was in the Stepford Wives.
Wow. That's a resume. You got a resume like that? No, you don't.
Me? No,
You were in
no.
a Bill Cosby movie or something about.
I was in a Bill Cosby reenactment film.
You know,
Now this is something that's I would like to talk to. I'm gonna reach out to my friend Sarah Savini. She's an actress in Hollywood, and she's not like a major name. Because when I say Sarah Savini, you guys probably went, nope, never heard of her. But she's done a lot of character parts in Hollywood. And so I'm gonna see if I can get her on the show, talk about that. But one of the things I'll reach out to her. But one of the things about the reenactment things, sometimes people get the actors that play the criminals in the reenactments mixed up. They think that that's what the real criminal is, and when they see the actors, they like call the police on them and stuff like that.
yeah.
And I want to talk to one or two of those actors, the reenactment peoples.
That will that will probably that's a conversation that will last at least 30 seconds. Right.
45. I know I have two questions for them.
All right.
I don't want to ask them now because they'll have time to think about the answer and they'll be well rehearsed when they get here.
Do you not see?
I know I'm not a Nazi.
You
How
not
dare
see?
you?
You
I'm not a
not see?
Nazi. No.
You not see?
No.
Irony. Well, I don't know if it's irony. Yesterday, one of these big shots, highfalutin, highfalutins, magazines, they came out with the best places to live in America, and number one, best small towns, I think,
Westminster, Maryland.
Massapequa Park, New York. And the irony to me, and I'm not sure if I'm using the word irony correctly here, is that it's the best place to live, but it's also the best place to get killed by a serial killer. Rex Heuermann's hometown is Massapequa, the Long Island serial killer. So the town is both the best place to live and the best place to die. How about that?
There was. You guys have like a Legionnaire's disease outbreak. And what else? What else? Or something else? You
I
guys have
don't
a
know. I
yeah,
don't know.
Legionnaire's disease.
I'm not a legionnaire. So it doesn't affect me. If you're not a legionnaire, it doesn't affect you, right?
I think but you could be breathing another Legion's air, and if that's the case, then you could catch it. Yeah.
All right then.
Now my mom, like I said, I remember my dad wore old English, English leather, and he smoked Tiparillos and or White Owls. Oh, Dutch Masters.
Dutch Masters.
Yeah. So those are the smells I associate with my father. Now my mother should have smelled like Chanel No. 5 and Charlie, because those are her two favorite colognes, Chanel No. 5 and Charlie. And I think one of them was more expensive than the other. And so when Christmas came around, I would save up my money and I'd buy my mother the cheaper one because that's all I could afford.
You remember the high karate commercials?
Yeah, I remember the hot karate commercials. Yeah.
The guy had to learn karate to beat off the women, not beat off, to beat the women back. because the high karate just made you that irresistible to women.
Right.
Yeah, didn't work.
Now, what was the first cologne that you decided once you decided you wanted to smell like a man? What was your first
Um,
go-to cologne?
my mom worked for Aramis, so I'm certain that's what it was. It was Aramis cologne. Yeah, my mom was because we got it for free, and
Mine was
it was
mine was
all in the
Brute.
house. Yeah. Oh yeah, Brute was around too. Yeah, Brute.
Yeah, I think Joe Namath was their spokesperson. Mine was Brute, and
Yeah.
every other kid in my school, when they decided they wanted to smell like a man, went to the high karate.
Smell like a man. Well, if I wanted to smell like a man, you know what I would do? I would take a shit and smoke a cigarette. Hey, that must be a man. You smell it? Man.
No,
Uh,
that's not smell like a man. That's like, man, you smell it? Yeah.
yeah. New York City Mayor Zoran. Remember? You can't. What was that? There was an Adam Sandler movie. You can't stop the Zoran or don't mess with
He's
the
a
Zoran.
Zohan.
Zohan, yeah.
Don't mess with
Uh,
the Zohan.
Yeah. New York City Mayor Zohan Mamdami's plan to open 5 city open grocery stores is being misrepresented online in posts that claim identification will be required to shop there. Claims are juxtaposed with Democratic resistance to nationwide voter ID requirements. Republican officials and other major public figures, as well as conservative social media influencers, were among those who made the claim. Misinformation began spreading in response to a comment made at a press conference last week by Jenny Pak, the interim president and CEO of New York City's Economic Development Corporation, asked how the city will stop people from taking advantage of lower prices at the stores. Pak mentioned the possibility of a library card-esque system. Uh, yeah, I got involved in this little tit for tat, tat for tits,
Mm-hmm.
because Dave from Barstool, the president, Dave, Dopey Dave, I don't know his last name, from Barstool, was repeating it. Oh, the fucking Democrats, see, they're against voter ID, but they're for shopper ID. Well, the shopper ID, number one, was on, if it happens, and nobody said it's going to happen, um, would be a 30, to get the 30% off discount on. You could still shop there. You could still buy there, even if you didn't have the ID.
So it'd
But
be like a Sam's Club model.
yeah, and it's not necessarily going to happen. It's just like an off the cuff remark. But also equating that with voter ID, I said, you know what? And the Save America Act is what they're talking about. Democrats will all be opposed to Save America Act. There's a huge difference. A library card in New York City is absolutely free and easy to get. The Save Act wants to make it hard. You got to go for a passport, a birth certificate. Oh, well, that's cheap. No, it's not cheap.
No,
Because
it's not.
you remember I had an ex brother, right? He called me up and said, "Do I have?" He was looking for help for getting a birth certificate,
Right.
and I looked into it, and it was like $120 to order him a
I was
brand
about
new
to
birth
say it
certificate.
was around $105 last time I checked.
Yeah, so that's not free and easy if you're poor. And it takes a while, so they are trying to make it hard. And one guy said, "Well, certain states already
And
have."
you need to have a birth certificate to get a copy of the birth certificate so you can prove who you are.
But yeah, it's just crazy. So and the women who've been married and or married more than once, trying to prove their maiden name and all. The Save Act is going to make it difficult, and the purpose there is to disenfranchise people. So disenfranchise people. The Democrats, I think there would be no resistance if the government came out and said, when you register, we will give you a free voter ID card. Nobody would be against that.
Right, and that was it in the very that's what the Democrats were saying years and years ago when they first started proposing it. They said, "Well, make
Right.
it free,
Right.
and don't make it difficult. Make it free. We're all for it."
So one guy comes back with, well, certain states already require ID and it's free and all that stuff, and those states are all Republicans. And so I printed out what the Save Act will actually require people to do. He said, well, I'm glad you changed the subject. No, I'm not changing the subject. You're talking about what is now and then saying Democrats are against it. No, Democrats are voting against what it already is. They are voting against what is proposed. so the SAVE Act is what is proposed, and it definitely makes things more difficult. So
Yeah.
stop gaslighting me, you fucking Trumpers. Oh, I'm sorry.
And the other thing that they,
Okay,
whenever and almost always, when the Republicans are proposing these ideas, there's always some third party involved so that they get money, so that the third party gets money, and then the third party can now donate money to the Republican Party. See, that's the biggest thing. It's like a mafia thing.
right. It is
You
exactly
know,
like
it's
that.
like we get our friends in there handling the business, and then they funnel us like a stipend or a 10% tithe or whatever in the terms in form of donations. There's one of Trump's people is calling companies. What is it? Said the boss wants his money. I'm gonna type that quote in, and so I can get the story. The boss wants his money.
The boss wants his money.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. So but just so people know, I'm not a Democrat, and I think the Democrats are. It saddens me to think that the Democrats are the only other choice than the mob right now, and because the Democrats, I don't know if you noticed about the Democrats. They are the New York Mets of politics. All they need to do is put the ball in play, and they strike out swinging for the fences. They're just the most incompetent. Even when you hand them it on a silver platter, they don't. They can't figure out what to. The most pissed. And the whole. It's the party of angry letters. We're just gonna write a strongly worded letter. That's our solution to every. Fuck them. So we're hopeless. It's hopeless. And I don't, even though all the pundits are saying, not all the pundits, the ones I trust are saying there's going to be a blue wave in the midterms. I don't think so. Not at all, not at all. So well, fuck. Anyway, we are a one-party system. Well, I complained for years and years about the two-party system, and it went away. And it's just like that shit you were talking about with the genie talk.
All
You
right.
got to be more specific. You got to say I want a three-party system, or a four-party system, or a five-party system. You can't just say I want to get rid of the two-party system because when you do, they give you a one-party system.
Right.
Yeah, the genie fucked me on this. What do we got? An image? Do we have an image? Yeah, did I show this one already? I
You
showed
didn't
that one
show it.
already.
You
Yeah,
didn't
I
show
didn't.
it.
I
If you
did.
did, I wasn't here when you showed it.
I don't know. I'm blind, so I'm tucking you in there. Uh, get some rest, and the tooth will feel better in the morning. This is the morning.
Mm.
And tooth doesn't feel. Does the tooth feel better with the ibuprofen?
Uh, Not yet.
One of the women in my art class yesterday said that uh, the sleep gummies, the gummies that help, the CBD gummies that help you sleep. I've had them for a while, and I don't know, the melatonin's not helping. I have CBD gummies, CBD capsules, but I have gummies somewhere too. But they don't help me sleep. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm just too fucking crazy. Is that the problem? What is this? Probiotic P3OM. I got more crap here than most like naturalistic health crap stores. Health crap. But ibuprofen never worked for me. You know what? What's the other one? What's the other one? What's the other one? What's the other one?
Acetaminophen.
Something with an M. Right?
Midol.
Oh, what is that? It's like hemorrhoid. Well, I don't know what that is.
Midol is for
I can't remember it. Maybe it's not with an M. Maybe it's with an A.
acetaminophen, which is the generic Tylenol.
Advil. Is Advil ibuprofen?
Advil is ibuprofen.
Then that's the one that doesn't work for me. I forget. I don't take pills, pain pills. I take a handful of pills. I have no idea what they are every morning. My wife puts them in my. I have this little thing that says morning, noon, bedtime, whatever. And the morning one, I pour that in my hand, and my hand is like it's like a full hand of pills. Like oh my god, some of them are tiny, and I have no idea what any of them are or what they do. All right, that's the show for you. And the show was not a show, was it? I'm sorry about this, folks. Maybe I should. I did book a bunch of guests, but not this week. On Friday we have.
I'm gonna reach out to my friend Sarah Sabini. Like I said, we used to work at Politipod together, and see how her career's doing out in California.
Yeah, it comes up. I think he's on my friends list on Facebook or something. I think he is.
Okay.
But I didn't know about the acting. I thought he was a comedian. No, am I wrong about that?
And
I
Sarah
just assume
Sabini,
everybody on my Facebook friend page is a comedian or musician. Either one.
well, she's an actress, and she used to do voice work for us in Politipod. One of my favorite people to do the voice work. I used to love her when she did the voice work.
Do your best impression right now. Give me. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, that's very good. That's a very good one.
Ooh.
I know tomorrow I'm showing. I'm going to. I put some pictures in. I did a thing. I did a bit in 2022 for Politipod for their radio thing. It's called Second Amendment Firearm Insurance, and the bit involves the character John Wick trying to buy firearm insurance for all the guns he has in his house. And he's calling Geico to do that. Well, it doesn't say Geico. He's actually talking to Martin Gecko from Second Amendment Firearm Insurance. That's the name of the company. Um, so I'm showing that tomorrow. I don't know what else I'm showing tomorrow. Going to have.
You want to do the thumbnail for it in the bucket, or do you want me to do it? Because
I forgot about the thumbnail. I do. I forget about the Thursday thumbnail.
Thursday thumbnails. That's.
I can do a Thursday thumbnail. I just have to remember that it needs to be done.
Ask Ebby Kev to do one for you. He's good at that.
I'll probably just use the same picture that you got last time with you behind the wall and me on the other.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I don't know why I like that one. It looks like I'm afraid of you.
So it's just no Matt Thursday.
Yeah, and there is no Matt on Thursdays. That's the truth. I don't know. Yow TV. You ever hear of it?
Owl TV?
Yow. YOW TV. Free streaming now and forever. India's back. Join a free boutique streaming channel. Really?
Mm-mm.
I never heard of that. Can I get on there? And what's
Sure.
that other one? What's that other one you're on? Spark TV 2K Spark?
Yeah, Spark TV.
Well, are they on Roku?
No, they're not on Roku. Knob TV is the one that's on Roku.
Knob?
Knob. KNOB TV.
Right, Knob.
And I think most of what they have is music. It's mostly music videos, I think. Like country music videos and stuff like that.
All right, then.
I think people would have to tune into Knob TV to see what else they have on there. That's
Knob
TV, KNOB TV on Roku.
Do they allow
go to your Roku
stream?
device. Huh?
Can you live stream there?
I don't think so. I don't think you can.
Well, that sucks.
I know I don't try to. My stuff is all pre-recorded and I send it to them and they put it into their I think Knob TV is more on demand. I mean, they have like regular episodes, I think, of stuff. I don't know what all the programming is.
What is this? It's a bug on me. No, it's a dead squash bug all over me.
And I'm gonna reach out to John Palumbo, see if he wants to come on.
It's almost as if there's no Matt Wednesday, right? Because I'm not even really here. I'm just shot. I got to paint today. Got to paint a lot of paintings. Since when did painting become a mandatory? I don't like when I have to do something. I like when I'm not supposed to do something and then I do it. Right.
I don't know. Last night was my workshop with Dylan, but I can't share any of the stuff I wrote last night because everything I wrote last night I wrote for someone else to use.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you don't even want to name who you writing for? You writing for more than just a rev? You got a
Oh
whole.
no, yeah, yeah. I'll tell you. Her name is Kate Saeed, and she came in with a very, very good premise. And that's the other thing I don't want to do. I don't want to give up the premise that she's working on. But so we were writing it, we are punching it up. I think I wrote either 4 or 6 jokes, and then a couple of um, not callbacks because it's not a callback. Um, uh,
Tags.
when you add another
Tags.
tags, I wrote a couple of tags
Yeah.
for her as well.
All right then.
Yeah.
Just you can't, pre-miss. You say premise. It's pre-miss because it's before there was a miss.
That's before the surgery, right?
Right. All right. This is just a waste of people's time. I apologize, people. I apologize for sucking so bad that you want to tune out. And I apologize to Govs. They were back on Govs, and they're like, "What the fuck is this back on Govs? Why do we need this shit?" Is what they're saying, and I get it. Uh, while you were gone, I played a video, an AI created video, and the continuity is so off the charts bad.
Now, is this one of your Hank and Frank Stank
No,
things?
it was a song.
Yes.
It was a song that featuring Young Me, lip syncing. Now, but it was done with so many different AI models, and the inconsistency is just it's glaring. But the overall product is like nobody would care about the inconsistency. But you got him singing into an old fashioned mic, and then the very next shot he's singing into an SM58. Then the next shot he's not singing into a microphone at all. Then he's singing in a full club, and then he's singing in an empty club, and then there's a shot of there's a lip sync where he's singing to the song, but the people behind him are just like a still shot. It's just very weird. And then the next one, he's singing, and people are singing along with him, and it's just like it's so weird that the shot by shot, the inconsistency is glaring. But if you take it as a whole, it's not so bad. Not so bad. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's me, and I'm happy that it's not so bad. But I mean, the inconsistent. Heavy Kev picked up on the guitar strumming. They never get the guitar strumming right, whether it's the left hand or the right hand. It's just like, have you never? There's got to be. If AI is training on stuff that already exists, it missed a whole lot of guitar work.
It could be training on like old MTV videos where that stuff didn't have to sync up anyway.
Yeah, but it would make those old MTV videos look like perfect sync. That it's just so bad. It's like, you could tell that he's playing a low note and his hand is all the way up on the 12th fret.
That's because there was some video. It was Ant Music. I think it was Ant Music. Now, if I'm wrong, forgive me. But there's a part where it goes Ant Music, and the guitar player goes, and he screams, and it goes up. It's like, but his hand goes this way, if I remember correctly. And I remember acting out I was telling my bass player about the thing, and he goes, well, the hand's going in the wrong direction. I said, that's what was bugging me. I said, there's something about this bugging me. I couldn't figure it out. But he did it because the guy is smiling or something. He's like, it'll be like, that way.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't figure out why that scene bugged me. I said, and he's smiling when he's doing it. So now I realize it's like, if it's what I think it is, if it's Ant Music, he's smiling like that because he knows what he's doing. And he doesn't know if you know what he's doing.
Yeah. There's now one more thing that I picked up on AI cannot do.
Trumpets.
I haven't seen any AI model do this well. Is P, like lip sync a P. It always substitutes another letter in there. And if you're looking at it, even though you know that the word is part, it will say, it looks like he's saying cart or something. It does, and it makes it sound like, what was the phrase? I can't remember the words, but there's a word where it's absolutely a P, and I'm looking at it, and I know I sang a P, and it comes out looking like a C, and it's just like, wow, that's amazing. If you don't look at it, you hear the P. The minute you look at it and you see that he's not doing pop in the lip sync, it becomes something else. It's like, I don't know. It's very weird, and the way your mind will play tricks like that, the visual, at least in my case, the visual overtakes the audio. Even if the audio is doing the right thing, if the visual says something else or lip syncs something different, I hear what the video is telling me. The visual is telling me over the audio. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I care. I care. Didn't I look like I cared?
No.
Okay.
I have to do a paint party for people. I have to send them 3 suggestions of paintings, but they said, keep in mind these people are completely untalented. That's words they use. Untalented beginners. You got to keep it as simple as possible. And I was like, how boring is that? I mean, Jesus. Um, well, what do I do? Just a sky? We could just do a sky.
No, happy faces. You know, the little yellow happy faces.
AI does U.S. and U.K., but not Kiwi accents yet. Yeah, it's you know what? I'm gonna do a song and try to sync up my pen. Give me some more words that they pronounce weird. And see if it goes peen.
Bobby.
Bobby? Or
Yeah,
was
so
that
like barbecue. A
That's
shrimp and a barbecue.
Australian, isn't
Bobby.
it? Are you gonna start a fight with this Kiwi over the Aussie? Do they don't like each other, right?
They love each other. It's like it's on the, you know, it's like I think now. Of course, I'm not down there, and so this is just the way this is my interpolation of what it's like to be an Aussie and a Kiwi living down down there. They're like brothers or cousins that love each other but kid each other, you know. And it's like, yeah, I can fuck with them, but don't you fuck with them.
I'm just kidding. I've never heard it, and I have some friends in Australia. I know I gotta call them and say peen for me, say pen for me, because I don't think I think
And
that's
they'll
a
say
New
writing
Zealand thing.
stick.
Fish and chops.
Yeah, like
Fish,
fish and chips.
yeah, I
I
get
hope
that.
that's what he's trying to say.
But
Otherwise,
I don't think Australia has the same idiosyncrasy. Is that the right word? Am I using that word correctly? The weirdness of or difference in the pronunciations from like American English and British English. The word pen is pen here. It's not peen. And they have a lot of those kind of things in New Zealand. I don't think they have those in Australia as much.
okay. Have you thought of this? How many people do we actually know in New Zealand?
Dick is. Oh, by the way, Dick is coming back for you. He might be on a Thursday. Dick Wybrow.
Oh, okay.
Dick and Kev. That's those. Well, we know.
Yeah. What if nobody else down there talks like that? They're just fucking with us. Because they know that they're the only 2 people we know down there.
I wouldn't put past them. Yeah.
It'll be like me going someplace that's never seen a black person and then saying, no, this is what all black people do.
Oh yeah, no, that's bad. That's bad. But yeah, I wouldn't put it past Heavy Kev to be fucking with us like that.
Yeah.
He actually says pen, but he was just saying peen to kind of fuck with me. New Zealand says 6. Aussie says Sikhs. Oh, Sikhs. Sikhs?
Yeah, those are the Hindu. Yeah, the Sikhs are the ones that wear the towels around their head. They don't cut their hair.
See, this is where I'm confused. How did that happen? Because I hate to. They were British, right? To begin with, they are a colony of the Brits, and they learned the English language from Brits, and some of them actually directly went from Britain down. How does the accent evolve so different?
Well, think about the U.S. Think about the U.S. The Southern accent did not exist until the Civil War started.
Really?
Yeah, that was like a deliberate attempt to separate themselves. Well, I think it was slavery, so they can find out. Because think about it, the people in the South were from the same British blood. That, you know, they were the same Anglo blood that the Northerners. They spoke the same King's English in the beginning, but at some point, they developed a Southern accent as opposed to the northern accent. And I think a lot of that was just so that you could say you could tell an outsider from an insider.
Interesting. I think there were different. Maybe I'm wrong about this. I think some of the people, like New Mexico, for some reason, New Mexico, and that wasn't a state for a long time, but New Mexico was a mix of Irish and Scottish, not necessarily King, not British. Yeah, there's a difference, right? I know to most of us it all sounds the same, but so their kind of Americanization of that came from more Irish and Scottish, whereas the Northerners was more directly from Britain. I don't know. What do I know? Yeah, we need a linguistics expert on. Can you book a linguistics expert to talk about accents? How did my Brooklyn accent come to be?
Yeah, I see. Copilot. I do not think that's. I think Copilot has it wrong. I
How's
don't. I think they
Copilot?
have it
How's the
incomplete.
Copilot? Oh,
Yeah, I think they have that. It's incomplete.
we say
Now, because here's the funny thing. Okay,
darn.
it says Southern accent originated from a blend of early English dialects, African linguistic influences. Really, like blacks had some kind of influence over the Southern whites. So
Bet.
it's so much so that they adapted the way they spoke.
Yes.
No,
Yes, absolutely. I mean, where do you think all the music came from? Yeah,
no, I'm talking about the Southern accent that
well,
we.
yeah, but if black influence was everywhere in the South,
They weren't allowed to
might
talk.
they might have hated them, but they stole everything from. I mean,
Yeah, but
culturally.
the accent, not the accent, because then instead of a Southern accent, it would be more like an African accent. You understand what I'm saying? In other words, they didn't steal English-speaking blacks from Africa. They stole blacks from Africa that did not speak English.
Right,
So
no, but
why
and
would
then they made
and they
them
were
speak.
teaching?
They made them speak English, and they said, I like the way he said it better, and then I'm going to copy him, and then so,
I
yeah.
no, that sounds like cop bull chips.
I don't know.
I don't. I there was a
I
there
hear
was
a
a
lot of listen. I hear a lot of white kids trying to sound like they're black kids.
That's different. That's today. That's today. I'm talking about 1700s, 1600s.
I doubt people were much different then. I think there were like kids who
Well, they're more overtly hateful
yeah,
and more oppressive.
they were different generational wiggies. I think. I don't know, but it's curious to me. Descended. We say darts, Aussie say
We say testicles dropped. We don't say descended.
dans. Darts and dans. Or maybe he's misspelling that because it says Aussie sat dans. But I don't know where darts comes from. Would you like to dance?
Mm. Now I forgot how to spell the word eunuch.
Unit.
Yeah, I forgot how to spell it, and I was like fooling around with all these different spellings, trying to figure out how to spell eunuch. And then I wound up.
Youknit.
No, I'm talking about eunuch, like the castrata, like the.
Unit. Youknit.
No, it's EUNUCH.
See this.
Because the other, the YONIC is different. It's something else. Because that's one of the spellings I came up with.
I feel awful.
And that's what pointed me to the other one.
We have people tuning in today who have never tuned in before, and I just feel like awful about that.
How do you know? How do you know they never tuned in before? Because they're still here?
Well, because they asked me for a direct link just last evening because they wanted to tune in for the first time. And I apologize. This is not generally, I mean, not much better than this, but it's not this bad every morning. It's just there's more to. I'm desperately trying not to go to the politics
To
stuff, but I'm going to go.
Sixtuson.
I'm going to go. I already brought up the Mandami thing, the Iran thing, and Trump.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried that he might order a nuke dropped, and there's nobody in place to even resist or give him any kind of pushback on it. I think if he ordered it, they would do it. Do you agree that if he ordered Hegseth to nuke Iran, he would do it?
I don't think Hegseth could do it. I think that actually that's the purpose of the football, that only Trump can do that, right?
But he's got to put it in place. Yeah, Trump can press the buttons. It's not like it's coming from the White House. It's coming from a ship that is placed or something.
Yeah, but I mean the actual commands. That's something that it's not. It's like Hegseth. I don't think has the.
So there's no checks and balances. Once the president decides to nuke, there's nothing that can be done to override his will to nuke somebody.
Well, I think somebody else. I think takes.
How do we find out?
I'm not sure. I don't think there is. Let me see.
I don't know if Google will tell me the truth. Can the president? But my worry is, because we talked about this yesterday, he can never admit to being wrong, right? This has been drilled into him his entire life. Roy Cohn started it. And we're not winning that war. I don't know if you know this about that war, but we're not winning. We're not achieving anything. Iran is still controlling the Straits of Hormuz. We keep saying that we've destroyed, but we still have to keep destroying, because what we destroyed isn't all that destroyed. And
there's different degrees of destroyed and different degrees of obliterated. See, people think that obliterated is black and white, like it exists and it doesn't exist. But there's degrees of being obliterated. You can be obliterated, like from a scale of obliteration goes from a scale of 0 to 10. 0 is it does not exist anymore, and 10 is it still exists as it was before it was obliterated. So there's a scale to obliteration, and we being the ignorant people that we are, don't know that. So when he says things are obliterated, we have to ask the follow-up question: on a scale of 0 to 10, how obliterated is it?
Under current U.S. law and military systems, the president has sole unilateral authority to order the launch of nuclear weapons. The launch, but isn't there somebody else who actually does the launching, or no? No other branch of government, cabinet, or military commander can legally veto or block the order. But I could just see, this is what I'm worried about. Because if he knows it's not winnable, and he knows he can't accept ever admitting he was wrong or lost anything, that's his last. If that's his last option, he's going to take it. Don't you think he would, or you think I'm crazy?
I think somebody would lose the football. They would ask for the football. They say, "Oh, she's on her way," although it's supposed to be there all the time, Or they would give him like. There's a company that makes fake money, and you put it in a duffel bag for you. There's another company that makes a fake football, and they have actually that's what that guy's been carrying around with them all this time, not the real football, because they don't trust Trump, and so when Trump says, "Give me that football," and he punches and all the codes, all the lights light up, and then when he pushes the buttons, there's somebody outside the room that goes.
I'm wondering what the football actually does. Does it actually launch them, or because
I think it's like a command center, like a little mini command center.
Right. Refusing an order. A military commander can only refuse a nuclear strike if they determine it is unlawful. For example, it violates the law of armed conflict, such as internationally targeting civilians disproportionately without military objective. We've already established that there's Hegseth especially doesn't give a fuck if it
doesn't care about that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure even Marco Rubio said we don't recognize international law. We recognize U.S. law. That's kind of fucked up. However, providing an order is illegal in minutes before a launch is practically and legally difficult. What is approving an order is illegal in the minutes before a launch, practically legally difficult. So basically, what that's saying is, if he wants to nuke Iran, he will. That's
what I'm telling you. They have a fake. That's not the real football. It's the fake football, and Trump will order it. He'll push the buttons, and there's some guy off. Matter of fact, I think it's that black guy that used to work for Police Squad. Not
Comcast?
Police Squad.
Oh,
Then the black guy that did all the sound effects for the police movies.
oh yeah.
Can't remember what was those movies called. Not Police
The
Squad.
Police Academy.
Right, it was Police. Yeah, Police Academy. Because I was thinking of Naked Gun. Police. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't think that the name was wrong. Yeah, Police Academy. They got that black guy and he just sits behind the door and makes all the nuclear sounds.
So am I neurotic and just worried about, or I can't believe I'm the only one thinking he's fucking crazy and stupid enough to think that we could get away with dropping a nuclear weapon. What do they call that?
He's wanted to do it maybe before. Here's the thing. Trump likes to do things, but likes to have a way for someone else to take the blame for it. You understand what I'm saying? So when things go wrong, he can say it wasn't me.
Right.
With nuclear weapons, he doesn't have that. He can't blame that on anybody else because he's the only one with his finger on the button. So if it gets launched, he can't say Biden did it. He can't say Clinton did it. He can't say Obama did it. So he's not likely to do it. Because now, if it were a way, like he could say, no, that was a retroactive. Biden pushed the button before he left. It just took 2 years for it to go through because, AI. Sure.
That would definitely start World War III, though, don't you think? I hate to even have this discussion, but I think
what was okay. I don't know this for certain. I only know this is how I would do it. I would have Trump deported to one of the countries, like if let's say he nuked Iran, I'll have Trump taken into custody and sent to Iran to stand trial.
Who would have? But you would.
Yeah, me.
But
me.
Nobody who was in the position. Todd Blanche isn't doing that, right?
Oh no. I would send Todd Blanche also.
You would, but nobody's listening to your orders. That's the problem. Who's going to order that somebody would actually follow those orders? I can't think of anybody who's in power. Chuck Schumer.
I was trying not to do this because it's the last resort. But have you seen the Manchurian Candidate?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
It's on both of them.
Okay. I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to do this now.
So you can't tell me Angela Lansbury would order it.
No, I'm going to say, okay. Susan Weiss, Lieutenant Commander Susan Weiss. Okay, if she hears this, then she'll go into Manchurian candidate mode, and she'll carry out my orders. Susan Weiss, Lieutenant Commander Susan Weiss. Listen.
Wow.
Yeah. See what happens.
What was the kindest, nicest Raymond Shaw? Raymond Shaw, was it Raymond Shaw? Was the guy from the Manchurian Candidate that they were brainwashed to say?
I think so, but I think in the first one was it Frank Sinatra? I don't remember who it was in the first one.
Marco, Lieutenant Marco. Raymond Shaw is the kindest, bravest, warmest, and most wonderful person, most wonderful human being I've ever known in my life. Was the same line everybody kept saying in the Manchurian Candidate. Lieutenant Ben Marco, that was Frank Sinatra's role.
Now, is that the same role as the Denzel Washington role?
Yeah.
Okay.
In that movie, the first one, Angela Lansbury played Raymond Shaw's mother. She was actually younger than him. That's weird. I mean...
Well, remember the movie Gaslight? The first one, was it with Ray Milland, I think it is? Angela Lansbury is in that, and she's only 19 years old.
Wow. And she looked as old as she did when she was in Murder, She Wrote, right?
Pretty much.
Weird. But I can't imagine trying to act with somebody who I know is younger than me, and they're playing the part of my mother. Like,
I do it every week.
Well,
I have to act like your mother and try to keep you in control. Now, Matt, you shouldn't say that. Now, Matt, no.
You're not doing a very good, my mother. Because if you did, if you were doing a good, my mother,
I would hug you. It will lose you.
You'd
I would lose
lose
you
me
to a
at
Chinese
a
family.
racetrack. That's what you would do. Uh, yeah. All right. Why am I still looking at Manchurian Candidate stuff? I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm the only one. I think Trump might because I don't think we're
See,
going to
you're a
win that war.
Tigger.
I don't think there's any
You're
other
like
way out.
Tigger.
He painted himself into a corner, and if he can and I wish he would do this, just declare victory and call all the troops home and just say we won, like he would normally do. But no, he's just and I don't see any other way out. Sorry to be a depressing bastard in the morning or what, but is there another way out other than just lying and saying we won and bringing them home?
Well, I would like to hear him tell one last lie and pull everybody out. The problem is, I think Iran is would love that.
Right.
I think Iran would love that, and we would, and you would, and then they would do a victory dance, and then Trump would be pissed off, and then go back to bombing them again.
It's crazy.
He can't.
Can he go back to bombing them? I thought we're out of bullets.
Well, they're always he could drop bags of horse shit on porches and hope people step on them. I mean, there's always something we can drop. Maybe you could drop a few F-bombs. I don't think we've used enough of those on them, on their society. Just flood their streets with alcohol and just airdrop alcohol and drugs, and like in the old Vietnam days when they used to drop leaflets. And what some of the leaflets would say, "Dear black soldiers, you're fighting for a country that does not love you, does not care about you. We care about you. Fight for us." We could drop alcohol and drugs over Iran, and then the people who are desperate for drink would, have the alcohol.
Yeah. Jesse Waters from Fox News. We whipped Iran, and now they're about to surrender. Right now, they're negotiating over a few minor details in the Strait, administrative fees. That what? Who? If people actually believe that, people who tune into Fox are going to believe that.
It's funny when I write the news for the Reverend in the morning. I would like, if I see a news story, I will grab like 3 or 4 different versions of it, and then try to find the average. Generally speaking, there's like 3 stories that look almost always the same, and then Fox News will have this bizarre take. Wait a second, this does not sound like anything like anybody else's. That doesn't even sound possible.
Yeah. Have you ever checked out Jon Stewart's podcast, The Weekly Show?
No, it's podcast. I watched The Daily Show, but
he's still back to doing The Daily Show, but not every day, right? He does like
it's on Mondays. Yeah,
just on Mondays. That is just so Johnny Carson-ish of him. But he had fed him.
Except for even Johnny Carson didn't go to 1 day a week, right? I think at worst he was at 3 days a week, right?
I don't know. Yeah, that's probably about right.
At worst, I mean, for a while,
there were days when
4 days a week.
Yeah, I think you're right that on average it was 3 days a week, but there would be times where he'd take weeks off at a time.
Like Joan Rivers might fill in for that week, or
Yeah.
And he screwed her over really.
So
badly.
towards the end, he was gone more than he was there. I mean,
yeah,
you add in like taking 3 weeks off and then coming back for 3 days a week. It probably balances out to not being there more than he was there. But I'm not beating on Jon Stewart. He paid his dues, and if he wants to do that, he's certainly allowed to do that.
And not just that, if he wants to do that, but if Comedy Central wants to pay him for that. But they didn't realize that when he left, I think the viewership I would like to think that the quality of the writing wouldn't have gone down, but maybe they didn't have the direction. Like maybe they needed the direction of someone to, say this is what our standard is going to be.
Yeah, we lost everybody. I apologize one more time. This is the apology show. Apologies in the morning.
I'm not making them. You are.
I know. I know. I am.
I make coffee. I don't make apologies. I make coffees and people drink it, and then they apologize. They say they're sorry for drinking the coffee I made.
It's too late to apologize. Too
Oh,
late.
I listened to a song yesterday. Like once I had to listen to it like 3 times because I forgot how much I like that song. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. When I Die.
Oh, when I die. That's Laura Nyro.
Well, she wrote it,
Yeah.
but it didn't become really
David
popular
Clayton Thomas.
until
Yeah, yeah.
until Blood, Sweat, and Tears put it on their second album. That's when it
Oh,
became popular.
thank you for reminding me. Now that might be a good one for the Rev to do. But if you know what,
When I Die.
yeah.
Well, that's what I was looking at it. That's what I was looking to see. But there's no religious context in it except for toward the very end because I don't want to die by the devil. I don't want to die by Satan. I don't want to die by dead end. I don't want to die by evil. I want to die naturally.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Give me the reason for that. Whatever. Yesterday,
My trouble seems so far away.
a car pulled up to me, next to me, and it had "Sympathy for the Devil" playing. And of course, once it pulled away, and now I got it in my head, and I'm thinking about it. Would be good to hear the Rev's take on that.
Yeah, that we talked about that. We did talk about that.
I'm not sure I understand that at all. Yeah, the devil did some bad things, but why should I have sympathy for him? Nobody twisted his arm, and made him do it. I don't know. I don't want to put ideas in it. So if the Reverend,
Well, I think that where they were when we were discussing it, the Reverend was saying that if you think of the devil as being a real person or a real entity, they would have like a DNA, an inherent nature, like a scorpion has an inherent nature. A scorpion isn't evil. It just stings when it has to. That's it. That's its defense mechanism. It's not like it says, I don't want to sting, but that's the only weapon it has. It's not just scorpion has a choice that says, well, I can karate chop you or I can sting you. No, that's not one of the two choices. I can do a roundhouse kick or I can sting you. Nope.
you probably don't know enough scorpions because I've seen scorpions that make Bruce Lee look like an amateur.
Well, you're probably thinking of the Shaolin scorpions.
Right.
I'm talking about the Arizona scorpions.
Oh.
Okay, the Shaolin scorpions, yeah, they're badass. And they meditate and they got the little pincers in their tails, but the Arizona scorpions, they only have two defense mechanisms: pincers and a stinger, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, be like if you look at the devil in that regard, he has two, or he like the Fed. The Fed only has one tool: interest rates. They can raise interest rates. They can lower interest rates. That's it. That's what they got.
And what is the devil's one tool?
The devil just has one tool, and that the tool is making mischief, I guess.
It's not getting people to sign contracts for their soul or something.
No, that's just a legality. The thing that he does is make trouble. That's what he does, because that's the only thing he knows how to do. He doesn't want to do it. It'll be like Midas. Everything he touched turned to gold, right? He's not trying to starve
I
to
thought
death.
everything he touched turned to tires.
No, you're thinking of his son. His grandson is actually his great great grandson.
Wow.
Because as each generation gets a little bit further away, Midas.
Tell the Rev I'm requesting that. Not that he has to fulfill my request. I don't even know if he takes requests ever. But
He does. He did. He asked people to send in suggestions. And you know how many suggestions she got? Shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear you asking for suggestions.
Oh, all right.
He did when he first started. He said, I don't know how. He says he didn't know how many songs he knew that he could do with this, and even then he was looking at "Sympathy for the Devil" as one of the songs.
I would love to hear his explanation of what the fuck that means.
Well, this coming week, he's doing. Let's see, what is it? I don't know.
You don't remember what song the Rev is doing this Sunday, which was 4 days, five days?
What is it? August? Oh, okay, man, that's July 5th. Okay, that's July 5th. Let's look at this one.
August 9th? Is that what it is?
Okay, August 9th is the next one. And he is doing Question by the Moody Blues.
Ah, come on.
That's this Sunday. So next Sunday he can do Sympathy for the Devil. August
All right.
16th.
I'll make that one. I'll make sure I wake up that day and actually
Okay.
listen. But let me go because you made me think of something. You were saying that the devil is I don't know what you said.
If it's a real person and we only have like in other words, a DNA, a thing that it like, you
Right,
know,
I get it now. So, this is what you made me think of because there was somebody who John Rulo keeps sharing with me. This guy who's got political takes. He was saying about how the evangelist should look at Donald Trump as a person that is just immoral and a sinner and all that kind of stuff. And my kind of take on it, because I agreed with the article for the most part, but I said I think a lot of evangelicals know that Trump is not exactly a
yes.
good Christian. They say that God is using him. So God created him as this guy who was going to trigger the second coming of Christ and therefore the end of the world and the end of days. And they look forward to that for some reason. It's crazy how people could look forward to. You're like, oh yeah, Jesus coming back. I'm fine. Can it wait till after I'm dead?
Or there's also the born again pragmatic Christians that say instead of saying that God is using him, they say we are using him for our agenda.
Right.
So, but it's the same thing. It's a matter of who's going to take the credit for the use. Is it God's using him or are they using him?
Yeah.
But both are basically saying he's a useful idiot.
But I've had a lot of talk with a lot of them, and they all seem to think, no, I haven't heard. Some of them have said that he's just a good man and he loves America and you could trust him and all that stuff. But most of them know that he's.
Matt, we both froze up.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we both froze up.
I didn't freeze up. I'm still warm.
Yeah, I saw
I'm
you.
pretty warm.
Okay.
I'm over there. I could see my thumbs moving over there, doing this. I didn't know I did this that much. But are we alive now? Are we live?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the question is, is the majority, let's just say we could figure out like people actually believe that he is sent here by God to trigger the second coming.
Right.
That you think that's the predominant belief among people who actually support him?
I think the predominant belief among the people that support him is that they just want to blow shit up. They just hate Democrats.
Right. So and wouldn't that bring about the?
No, it would just make them happy to see Democrats cry. That's all.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they don't. Most go because even like I said, and the Reverend has actually addressed this. If their own book says nobody knows the hour, then you cannot speed it up because you don't know when the hour is. You can't influence the hour.
But yeah, you don't know the hour. It could be 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, but you could know the day. Is it saying you can't know the day?
Well, the hour would be in that day, right?
Yeah, but it could be like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or 11 o'clock. So you don't know the hour, but you know the day. I'm just saying. I don't know because I don't read. I can't read. I don't know how to read.
Yeah, no. So if you could influence something, then you could know the hour. So you could know when it would happen.
Oh.
That would be like inducing labor. That's what they're trying. No,
like him, he would blab it because he can't keep his mouth shut, right? He would blab it,
and he'll tell everybody because like, so you stop.
Yeah,
and that's got to be. He has this thing on his social media platform that he makes money off of.
Why? And this is about the Christianity part that I've never understood. Why are they so eager for the world to end? Like I can understand you wanting to die and go to heaven. I can understand. Like, I can get behind. Why are they so eager for the entire world to end? Because you understand that means your children, your grandchildren, your loved ones, all. I mean, I can understand you wanting to die and go to heaven,
but that's just it. It's not. They're thinking about and this is their belief, not mine, that there would be like a whole new world, a whole new planet without peace. I mean,
Wait,
without
isn't there
war.
a Little Mermaid song? A whole new world,
You know,
a
so
dream coming.
but what they're forgetting is that supposedly there's like 1,000 years where the devil would reign or something like that. So it'd be like
Yikes!
1,000 years of chaos.
Yikes!
So they're like saying, well, we we wouldn't be around for the chaos. We would just be around for the end after the chaos, and then we would all come back.
Wait, what if
And
the 1,000 years started 1,000 years ago, and we're actually living in that? That seems more likely to me that if you can, I don't know what to believe, but it seems like we are living. We've been living in a immoral thing for quite some time. I mean, if you look at,
well, that's just the nature of people. People are just immoral for the most part. Uh,
well, then why do we want to save us?
we're
We
all we
should.
got.
Um,
And we're not okay. We're immoral, but we're not unteachable. We can
really,
learn.
I don't know if you've met me. Have you met me?
No, there are
I'm
people
pretty
that can
unteachable.
learn. So yeah, I think once you weed out the greed, get rid of.
I
Um,
I challenge anybody to teach me anything. There you go. I'm unteachable. All right. Now that we've proven GD's theory about people being teachable wrong, well, maybe I don't qualify as a people.
well, I'm saying that all people as a
Oh,
species, not
oh,
individuals.
oh.
Some individuals don't learn no matter
So
what.
you agree I'm unteachable?
No, I'm not saying it either way.
Well, you're
No,
like
because you're
Fauci
trying to. You're
taking a
trying.
fifth.
No,
All you
you,
want to do is take the fifth. Drink a
no,
fifth,
I.
take a fifth.
No, no, I don't drink that much.
Anymore or any less. Um, so I forgot why I asked you about John Stewart because he got Fetterman on, and apparently it didn't go the way that Fetterman's interviews usually go on Fox News. Because I don't know if you know this about John Stewart. He's very smart and very
He does his research. He has a very good crack research team, and he's
and
up.
he's quick on his feet with
Yes,
because he knows his shit.
yeah.
So I don't know.
He's
I'm
dealt
really
with. He has dealt with the politicians on a deep, deep level. He spent a
right.
lot of time on Capitol Hill trying to get the 9/11 firefighters relief fund. I can't
Yeah,
remember the actual name for it, but yeah,
yeah.
the first
First
responders,
responders thing.
9/11
Yeah,
first responders
yeah,
relief
yeah.
fund, whatever it's called. He spent a lot of time with those politicians, so he knows how that stuff works and
It's a
how
good time
quickly
to
they.
mention that coming up, not coming up today, in the next couple of weeks, he's doing a thing about 9/11. We're still getting over it. And it's like a big music and comedy show fundraiser for the first responders and for people who were victims of personal victims of the tragedy. Still doing stuff 25 years later. So good for him. I mean, these people who love to hate him, he does a lot of good for he's done a lot of good and more than a lot of politicians have done to your point. So but I really want to see this thing with Fetterman because I find it I don't like Fetterman. It's like I think Pennsylvania made a mistake. They would have been better
Oh
off in
yeah,
fucking Oz, right?
that's worse. That's worse. No, as
Well,
bad as
yes,
Fetterman.
because
I
then he
think you know
wouldn't be
what
in charge. He
you know
wouldn't be
why
in charge
Fetterman
of
is.
the medical situation. He's like what is he? He's not
Oh,
health and
that's
human
true. That's
services.
true. That is true. I
Yeah,
think the worst thing about Fetterman is that people thought he was quote one of us. They thought he was like a progressive, and to find out that he's not is like ultimate betrayal. Is like you got to be fucking kidding me.
well, it's puzzling to me. And listen, I know people are gonna call me anti-Semitic for saying this. I don't understand. I'm not loyal to Italy or Ireland or Germany, which are the roots of my people. Why is so many? Because Fetterman's Jewish, right? Why is he so put Israel first above everything, even
I
above
don't think
Pennsylvania?
Fetterman's Jewish.
He's not.
I
Well,
don't think so.
Fetterman sounds like a Jewish name. Well, then, so why is he so pro-Israel? Like Israel is the most important thing. Is more important than anything else. Like that's the one issue that he says will make him leave the Democratic Party. And I'm like, well, Why? But I know
John Fetterman is a Christian raised in the Catholic tradition.
that's weird. So, all right. So he's thinking that I don't know what he's thinking because I know Christian, very dedicated Christians, think that the second coming, all the Jews are going to turn Christian. They're all going to say, "Oh, they were right. He is the Messiah," and then turn to Christ. Right? Is he one of those guys?
That's what some of them believe. Now, remember there were, like in in the New Testament, in the Old Testament, I believe, when they're saying that the Messiah would come when the olive trees return to Lebanon or something like that.
Oh. I'm gonna get off Govs right now, because Tony's coming up, and I don't want to be competing on Govs Network. We'll stay live on YouTube.
Trying to get them to,
yeah.
You're just bringing about trying to bring about the conditions.
Right. Where is Ron's goodbye Govs when I need it? I'll just say goodbye Govs. How about that? Goodbye Govs. Enjoy Tony Walker. Enjoy walking with the Tony.